Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cock Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic Sunday wherever we are around the world. And welcome back to more breaking news episodes, of course, tonight, and obviously more breaking Liverpool news in the fact that Jeremie Frimpong has completed his Liverpool medical. Of course, we do have a bit of confirmation of that. Of course, we'll dive into all the news, of course, and get your guys' reaction, of course, down in the comment section down below. But again, the great news is, again, Jeremie Frimpong's medical looks to be done, of course. Did fly over last night via a private jet. Again, not everyone really knew or was speaking about, really, because, of course, everybody thought he was going to have his medical done on Monday, but instead he's got, he's jumped the gun. And, of course, he's got the medical done now anyway. But again, let me know how all of you are, of course, in the comment section down below. If you are new around here, please do hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and all of that good stuff, of course, anyway. But look, it's fantastic news, the fact that Liverpool, even before the season ends, are jumping the gun and getting their first summer signings done and dusted, of course, with, the first name being Jeremie Frimpong, which again is fantastic news for the Reds, of course. But we will dive straight into the news. Of course, it is from Paul Joyce, who else, really, of course, saying that Jeremie Frimpong underwent his medical today as Liverpool looked to seal the £30 million deal. Of course, obviously, that was his article piece from a few days ago as well, but still, the main news is the fact that he has completed the majority of his medical. Of course, that was from Paul Joyce, but we do have more news in terms of, and again, I will say it, the first person who realistically broke the news, let's be honest. I think a lot of people, again, straight away jumping on it, of course, but I think one of the first people was, of course, Dave O.C. Kopp, who, again, to be fair to him, has once again done brilliantly, in terms of reporting on the news, of course. But this is what he had to say on it as well. If I can quickly get it for you guys, as he says, but the exclusive news: Jeremie Frimpong has completed his Liverpool medical ahead of a move to the Reds, of course. One thing as well, I will also say to you guys and tell you guys, he will wear the number 30 for Liverpool. Of course, that is being confirmed. That he will wear number 30 for the Reds, which again, of course, passing that number across from Bayer Leverkusen to now Liverpool, of course. And again, like, as long as it brings us good luck, then that's all I care about, really. But again, he will wear number 30 for the Reds, of course. And again, now I think the question marks are, when is it going to get announced, really? Because of course Liverpool play tomorrow, then that's the kind of the the thing in the way, really, from announcing Jeremie Frimpong. But still, I would expect on Tuesday Liverpool are definitely going to announce the signing of Jeremie Frimpong, of course, as well. And Fabrizio Romano, as well, has also had again his report on it. But as you guys can see, Jeremie Frimpong has completed the first part of his medical as new Liverpool player. Plan confirmed. Contract until June 2030, set to be signed as next steps. Then the deal is official. Here we go, confirmed. And Liverpool still want to add a left back this summer, which I'm going to talk about as well, because I think a lot of people, of course, obviously realized on his Instagram page when he was talking about left back signing for Liverpool. Guess who liked it? And guess who's been interacting with it? Of course, Mr. Milos Kerkez. Which, again, is that a hint for where he's potentially going to go? I think it is. I think everybody else agrees as well. But pick up Gary saying Telio or being Frimpong can't bloody defend. I think he can. I think, again, we'll probably do a deep dive on him and get a bit more look into it. I think he can defend to a standard, I would say, of course. But again, for £30 million, again, the attacking output, again, is ridiculous to turn down, really, for the way we want to go. Anyway, but big up Manuel as well, saying, mate, I'm over the moon. Frimpong has passed as well. Yeah, absolutely. Liverpool need two strikers. Or two tens potentially, Gary. Anyway, if of course, Florian Wirtz does end up happening for the Reds, of course, which hopefully again it is something that is going to happen over the next week or two, of course, because we will find out very, very soon, won't we? In terms of news regarding that, of course. But again, I hope that Liverpool will be on the right end of it, really, instead of again looking at it and going, Christ, like Liverpool could have done a bit more in that regard anyway. But no, just speaking mainly on Frimpong again. It's not major news really, in terms of course, with until we have proper confirmation yet, which would most likely be Tuesday, I would say, with Jeremie Frimpong. Having it done so early as well and so quickly, I think shows intent from him and of course Liverpool that they want to get this deal done. They want to be able to again get this over the line ASAP. And look, I think it's great work from Liverpool. I think we'll actually take a look at Frimpong now in a minute in terms of stats, but I think for me, again, £30 million for a player whose market value exceeds his value really. I think Frimpong, I think market value is around 45 million euros. Again, I think it's a great signing. Again, offers a lot going forward, which again, Liverpool are most likely going to have to adapt to the way we play from last season. I think obviously we might see a bit more of a, maybe we might end up signing more of a defensive six than I think more than anything, really. I'm not too sure whether or not Liverpool will end up doing that, but still, it's a hope, isn't it? It's a hope and dream that, again, Liverpool can adapt next season and get even better as well. That's, of course, the dream and the ultimate dream. And hopefully go on and win another Premier League title and go on and climb to get number 21 for next season, of course. But what else do we have? Wirtz isn't coming to Liverpool. Gone. I hope you're wrong, Gary. I really hope you're wrong. I'm over the moon. Frimpong has passed his medical. Now get that contract signed. Let's move on to Kirkes next. Yeah, I think I know I said it to you guys, and like judging from the wording from Liverpool themselves, it does very much feel like the next steps now are, a left back, to get Kirkes done ASAP. Whether, of course, that's whether or not that's to, the absolute next thing Liverpool do, I think it's it's undetermined really. But I think the language from Fabrizio Romano as well, him saying again the left back is a priority for Liverpool. I think that just for me writes the story in itself. The fact that Liverpool want to get this done, want to get left back sorted, right back sorted, and then think about the 10 positions then really, or think about the 9 that Liverpool could potentially sign this summer, which again is a priority for Liverpool. That's been, quite honest as well. That Liverpool's side of, point of view of it is, of course, getting, a new number 9 and getting that in ASAP, whether or not that's Isak, whether or not that's Gyökeres or whoever Liverpool are going to go for. But I think it is interesting as well. But yeah, I think it's definitely an interesting time for Liverpool, of course. Anyway, but Mankim as well. I think it is, apologies if I do butcher names. My dream signing is Florian Wirtz. Phil Coutinho 2.0, really, isn't it? I really like Wirtz. Would be again a statement signing by far. Big up Bry as well, hopefully doing well. Smash the like button, please. Yeah, if you could, there's 18 people in right now. So if we can get to 20 likes, be boss as well. Thank you very much for the support on the channel, of course, over the last couple of weeks. Of course, obviously next week, obviously the big one, lifting the Premier League trophy, will be huge. But yeah, I think next season as well. I'm excited for next season already, and to kind of think how we are gonna play next season, because it could just be. Somebody mentioned it yesterday. It could very well be full heavy metal football once again. But with a bit more control. Then let's be honest, it's going to be a bit more control, of course. Anyway, but Ben Jacobs as well. Let me quickly get up his report on it as well, saying, as you guys can see, let me make that a bit bigger for you guys and myself so I can see it. He does say, but there, Jeremie Frimpong has undertaken part 1 of his medical. His Liverpool medical. He will complete it on Monday ahead of a €35 million move. Also understand Frimpong will wear number 30 in red, of course, as well, which again, it's fantastic news, really, because I know, obviously, myself included in this, obviously, I do obviously love shirt numbers with kits. If anybody gets a football kit, for me, it's not really complete unless you have somebody on the back, which again is probably Liverpool robbing money of people, but still, again, Frimpong I think will be an easy seller. To be fair, because again, a lot of people will be very hyped for Liverpool's new right back, of course. And I also think as well, not many people are actually saying it. The fact that Liverpool have managed to replace Trent. All right, it's not the same quality as Trent because, in my opinion, still, even though he is what he is, and with his leaving Liverpool and so on, I personally look at it and go, we've replaced Trent with quality. I think Frimpong is top quality, and now Liverpool have absolute top-notch quality in that position for both players. Conor Bradley, I think, can develop even more now as well. And also you keep that level of, again, him being the guy to then promote even more. And Frimpong's already got a lot of experience again. And I think people forget about how much experience he actually has, really, in terms of, again, he's played at Celtic. He's played, obviously, for Bayer Leverkusen, went unbeaten for Leverkusen. Of course, obviously, I know they lost in the final, but to Atalanta, but still, he has top-notch experience in Europe, which is huge for Liverpool. Again, played in the Champions League for Bayer Leverkusen, played against us, for Bayer Leverkusen against Liverpool as well. So again, he pretty much knows, the team really, in terms of how he plays. And of course, not entirely, of course, with the shape and that. But again, I think he will adapt. And again, he offers you a various amount of positions as well. Can play right wing, can play right back, can play all over the park, really. Excuse me, I got hiccups as well. But mate, you'll be at the parade next weekend. I will not. I'm in Spain right now, too far away from Liverpool as well. Hopefully, the weather is good out there for you, Manuel, as well, of course. But next week will be huge. Big up Reds as well. Big up Lee as well. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hi, I'm Phil Irishman as well. Obviously, go over and subscribe to Bry's channel as well. Please go and do that. Of course, down in the comments. Bri, if you want to put a link in the chat, then please go and do so as well. Anyway, but look, I think for Frimpong, it's great news. Again, I'm just trying to have a look if there is more news, really. If anybody has spilled anything else, because, like we said, if anybody's just tuned in, of course, it's been confirmed he's done his medical for today, and of course, it's going to be obviously everything signed then tomorrow, really. But again, reports that Arne Slot is again very, very excited to work with him as well. And I think that's the main one, of course, as well, isn't it? Is the fact that this is a proper Arne Slot signing. It's not like last season with Federico Chiesa. Chiesa very much was with, he was a Richard Hughes signing. Absolutely, he was. It's clear that, again, Arne Slot was okay with it because, again, it made perfect sense, really. Liverpool needed backup to Mohamed Salah. Again, Federico Chiesa, the caliber of player of Federico Chiesa, made a lot of sense, really. Could play on the right, can play on the left, can play up top if you needed him to be. And unfortunately, it's not worked out, or at least Arne Slot doesn't particularly rate Federico Chiesa, but the Jeremie Frimpong signing is definitely an Arne Slot signing, I think. Of course, I do think it's potentially a data signing, which again, these people that, myself included, looking at him defensively, I do have question marks, and of course, a lot of us do. But again, these people at the top of the football club, I think, will get it right. Again, they've proven they've got it right over time. And it's a certain, like I said on when the news broke, Liverpool, when it comes to signings between 30 and 40 million pounds, tend to get it right. Absolutely tend to get it right. They don't tend to. There's not one signing between 30 and 40 million over the last 8+ years where Liverpool have got it wrong. And there's not. Every single one on the list, there's no way Liverpool have got it wrong. And that's very, very smart, really, from the club and obviously the data people as well. And that's the way to go. That's what Liverpool won a league title. Back in 1920, got us to win a Champions League, of course, as well. So when you take it off of that, again, it's the perfect way, really, as well. But Lee says I watched a video of him with I could doubt it was glorifying to himself, referred to as a Liverpool player as well. Again, like if you go back, and again, there's plenty of videos you can go back and watch, of course, because people have been digging them out all week, haven't they? With Jeremie Frimpong's love towards Liverpool, and again, there's plenty of times where he's turned around and said, like, oh, I wish Liverpool were in the final this, or, of course, he almost signed for Liverpool, but unfortunately, his family didn't drive, and of course, he was more near Manchester and Manchester City. Of course, like, again, that it's always been almost between Liverpool and Jeremie Frimpong, and now it's proper. Now it's official, because even 12 months ago, you listen to him throughout the Europa League last season. He wanted Liverpool. If you listen, I think it was in a training session, wasn't it, where they were taking penalties, and he said this is the winning penalty against Liverpool, because he very much wanted to play Liverpool in the final, which was great, of course. And I kind of look at that and go, again, it's an admiring from afar. And again, for me, I would want players that want to play for the football club. I want players that love and adore the club. Unlike certain people, Trent. Anyway, but still, that's just my thoughts anyway. But big up Bungie to get 8 assists next season as well. 8 assists, really. I've been following Mamadashvili this season. He is a reason Valencia FC have not been relegated from the Spanish Farmers League. Still do not understand that what Trent is doing. I don't think any of us really understand, let's be honest, Manuel. Again, I really don't think anybody understands what he's doing, really. Jeremie Frimpong is a real honor slot signing. Can't wait to see how he uses him. Frimpong link up with Salah will be exciting. Yeah, absolutely it will be. I think it's more... I'm really intrigued next season how we build up, really, because we've seen since winning the league, we have tried different things. Like we are going to do a deep dive on Trent and not Trent, sorry, on Frimpong and other bits and pieces. Of course, it will be a video. It won't be a live video. Of course, we'll take a look at a few things that might benefit us with Frimpong. But I do think we are going to build up a lot differently next season than what we have done this season. I still think the midfield is going to be crucial, but I also think it's not necessarily it's not down to the fullbacks then, really, where this season we've kind of seen it where it's been a mixture of the build-up is between the fullbacks and, of course, the midfield. I think next season will fully be the midfield, building up play. And we kind of saw that against Arsenal, really, where the two DMs were literally the guys that were starting the build-up. But again, I do think next season it's a very exciting time to see what we do, of course. But Kyrgyz or Hato says Cal, both. Why not both? I would say for me, I would go. If I had to pick one, it would be Kyrgyz. I really do think Kyrgyz is an Andy Robertson regen. I think he's really good, really, really good. Don't know, don't care, don't want to hear his name again. Trent, who, some fella that played, War 66 for Liverpool, squad option, squad rotation player. Anyway, big up Lee as well. But can we get Bradley and Frimpong on the pitch at the same time? Absolutely. I think if somehow Mo Salah isn't on the pitch, 100% I could see Frimpong and Conor Bradley on the same pitch. But again, when is Mo Salah not playing for Liverpool Football Club, really? But no, it will be interesting, I do think, because I saw a couple of people was like, well, who starts at right back next season for Liverpool? And I think for me, as of right now, I would still say Conor Bradley, because again, Jeremie Frimpong has to learn the right back position. Of course he does. He has to learn certain things. He has to learn, again, how Liverpool operate and how Liverpool build up and that position, of course, because he is playing deeper. Of course, he hasn't had to play at right back fully since 2022 or 2021, where of course, when Xabi Alonso first come to the football club and played a 4-2-3-1 at Bayer Leverkusen. And I look at that, and that's where he, operates best. But as a right wing back or a right midfielder, of course, him playing a bit deeper, and this is where I think the defensive side of things as well with Jeremie Frimpong will improve massively as well, because again, he's not having to. Of course, he'll defend as much as he possibly can. Of course, we've heard stories, and again, I think a lot of people from Germany, of course, have spoke very highly in terms of his attitude towards defending and towards, again, trying to defend and trying his ability to defend in certain situations. And I also think, obviously, now with Arne Slot, again, apart from Darwin Núñez, I would say he's upgraded everyone in the Liverpool team in terms of ability and in terms of ability and in terms of just quality. He has upgraded everyone in the Liverpool team. Again, look at Mo Salah's numbers. They've been outrageous this season by excelling his numbers. And again, Cody is the same. Luis Diaz is the same as well. Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister, I would say as well. Even Virgil van Dijk, I think he's got an extra element out of Virgil van Dijk this season. And I think with Frimpong, he'll do exactly the same. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see how Slot uses Frimpong, and excited to see how this red team develops next year, and Arne Slot, of course, as well. But big up Philip as well, saying, now we're waiting for who's next to be signed. Milos Kerkez, that's the name for you. Anyway, of course, that's just me guessing, by the way. I don't know if that is the name for Liverpool for next season, but still, we'll have to wait and see for that, of course. And I do think, again, of course, with Mamardashvili coming in and Frimpong, I do think it is a very exciting time for Liverpool. And the one thing I would say as well, because I know plenty of people have looked at it and gone, well, what are Liverpool going to do? Because, of course, obviously the Wirtz news was just shot out of there. I do think Liverpool are going to sign a creative 10. We're going to do a video on that alone as well. But I think Liverpool have the short list of Xavi Simons, Florian Wirtz, and Ryan Cherki. One of them will sign for Liverpool this season. That's almost a guaranteed at this point. All of them have the same type of ability as a creative 10, and even a bit further forward. I do think Liverpool could easily sign one of them. Of course, the extreme one is Florian Wirtz. Signing him would be outrageous, and it would be. Xavi Simons is the middleman, and then Ryan Cherki is the bottom, really. Of course, in terms of price, in terms of ability, I think they're all great 10s. I really do. I think if you were to sign one of them, again, great. But I think with us, and of course with Arne Slot, again, he wants people who press. Again, that fits well for Xavi Simons. It fits well for Florian Wirtz. Cherki, I've not seen enough of him to say if that is working well for him. So again, it's very much a mixed ground and mixed space, really, of with Cherki in there. What does a Ryan Cherki do for Liverpool? Of course, he plays phenomenally well for Lyon, but can he adapt to the Premier League? Absolutely, I think he could as well, because I think he's got 18 assists, I think, in all competitions this season, or somewhere around there. I think it's very interesting, at least. Anyway, I'm just quickly seeing if there is any more news, but supposedly, yeah. So with you guys saying that, to be fair, who said it earlier on? Actually, Phil said it. So to answer your question, I've just looked, and Fabrizio Romano has just said left back for Liverpool. So, with that being said, Milos Kerkez to Liverpool by next week. Actually, no, not before next week, but by the end, but by the beginning of June. Then let's just say that. Then Milos Kerkez will be a Liverpool player. Clip it. No, I'm joking. Anyway. Real Betis at did they win? Wasn't it 3-1 Atletico Madrid at the time? There was no. hang on, there's no way they won. Oh no, they got battered. I thought they'd come back and won. Oh bloody hell, Barcelona lost. Jesus. Kirkes after the title parade. Yeah, I would agree. Tough as well, absolutely. I'd sign. I sign there and them as well. Yeah, absolutely. Hi Lee as well, obviously from Phil. I'm not reading that quite that one. Oh, Brett, what? My brother said McAllister is better. Alexis McAllister is the best player in the world. Why would you even doubt that? Anyway, but no, look, I will bring it up for you guys now anyway. So for you guys asking who's next, Romano did say that to Luis Garcia. Give me a here we go. They say, give you yesterday, brother. It's done left back next, which, again, absolutely great news for Liverpool. Anyway, but look, in terms of Kirkes, I do think he will be next. Because again, the thing is, Milos Kirkes is liking everything good that's coming out for Liverpool. He is liking, and that is normally a good sign. But again, we could be absolutely wrong, and we end up going for again. Drell Hatto is another one, really. But in terms of just purely down to again a hunch, I think it will be Milos Kirkes for you guys anyway. But again, that's just a hunch at this point anyway. But I will get this back up for anybody that's just tuning in. Right now, it is from Dave O.C. Cop for you guys to see. But Jeremie Frimpong has completed his Liverpool medical ahead of the move, ahead to his move to the Reds, of course, as well, says there. But pick up Dave. Dave, how are we, mate? Hopefully you are doing well. Hopefully I'll see you next week, Dave, if you are in Liverpool. As well, hopefully I will see you. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, to be fair, Dave, change that to Tuesday. Absolutely change that to Tuesday. And yes, Dave, I am in next week. Hopefully I will see you next week. But LSE TV interview when Monday? No. The problem is Liverpool play tomorrow. And if Liverpool played today and we didn't play tomorrow, I think it would get announced first thing. But don't be surprised if he's at Brighton tomorrow. I definitely wouldn't be surprised if we did see him tomorrow anyway. But what else do we have? Kirkes is my preferred option to compete with Robertson, Florian Wirtz. That guy is a baller. I love his creativity. Yeah, I absolutely do as well. Forgot we played. You know what? Before this news broke, this show was going to be a Brighton preview. It absolutely was. Brighton preview, and it'll be tomorrow. In the morning, it's going to be a video for you guys. It's not going to be a live video because I can't do that. But yeah, I will record it now after this show, and we'll be that'll be live tomorrow morning. It should be around 9 p.m. Anyway. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, people have generally forgotten how Liverpool actually play 2 more games this season. And do you know what? One thing I will say though as well, because we did get to say it kind of yesterday, but fair play to Crystal Palace. Congratulations to them and their fans. One absolute emotional videos yesterday was seeing them guys win the FA Cup. Absolutely huge for them, of course. And now they get to play Europa League football and play Liverpool in the Community Shield at Wembley, which I think is a week before the season starts next season. So look, it's the most cursed thing going though, because every single team in the last 5 years or 5-6 years, every single team that's gone on to win it hasn't won a trophy in the next season. So Palace, win that. I don't want it. Really anyway, but we need Julian Alvarez from Atletico. I'd love him, but I don't think we'll end up getting him, to be fair, unfortunately. But still, we can hope, really. But again, look, if Liverpool are willing to spend 125 million on Florian Wirtz, then look, I'm all for Liverpool, potentially looking at it and going, oh, we'll spend 150 on a striker, Alexander Isak maybe. Anyway, but look, I am going to leave it there for tonight, guys. Big thank you for everyone for tuning in. As long as there's no more breaking news, because I'm going to double check before we do shoot off, because there isn't much else, I don't think, that's breaking. Let me just double check. There's nothing from David Ornstein, because we've not heard anything from the Athletic neither. We've heard a lot from, again, Romano and other people, but yeah, nothing on David Ornstein or the Athletic on the medical. So again, we might, to be fair, we might get Wasnamed out at 10 as well, which again, that's is what it is really. But we need to buy Julian Alvarez from Atletico. He just destroyed Real Betis this evening as well. Again, great player. And see you tomorrow, mate, as well. Yeah, of course, we'll be live. We'll be live after the game, of course, tomorrow. See the post-match reaction. Like I said, it will be the match preview will be out tomorrow at 9 a.m. I was going to say 9 p.m. then, but yeah, it'll be live 9 a.m. tomorrow. For you guys, of course, that will be tomorrow's morning episode, of course. As always, of course, we always do match preview shows, but obviously with the games coming up less and less, and the fact that Liverpool don't really care about games of football at the moment, of course, again, people don't really want to know, but still, the fact we'll take a look at Brighton and other bits and pieces, of course, as well. And again, any more breaking news where it does come to Jeremie Frimpong or anyone else that Liverpool are linked with, of course, will be live for it anyway. But again, let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comment section down below. I'm very intrigued to know your guys' thoughts on Liverpool completing the medical of Jeremie Frimpong as well. And also looking very excited for his transfer video that will be coming out as well. Of course, obviously, Liverpool do tend to do that. Is it Liverpool signing day? I think it is. They bring out for every new signing as well, which, of course, hopefully that'll be interesting anyway. But yeah, I think we'll leave it there. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comment section down below. And also, let me know your thoughts on him being Liverpool's new number 30 as well. I'll be very interested to know your guys' thoughts anyway. But until next time, that is going to be it from me anyway. I've been Connor from the COP Council. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Ta-ra.